We up? Okay, thank you. Mr. Hess, could you start us off with a word of prayer, please?
We live in a wonderful place. So many things to be grateful for. But we do have our challenges, and we faced a lot of wisdom.
Mr. Larkey, could you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag
United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Ms. Petrie, could you call the roll, please?
Mr. Sandifer, Mr. Coley Johnson, Ms. Petrie, myself, Mr. Gerald Burns,
Here.
Mr. Merrill Hess,
Here.
Mr. Stephen Smith, Mr. Brian Clemens,
Here.
Mr. Steve Larkey,
Here.
Ms. Julie Dyson Norris,
Here.
and Mr. Zach Thomas. Okay.
And we have a quorum. Do I have a motion on the approval of the July minutes?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Hess. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Mr. Larkey. All approving of it, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I would like to abstain since I wasn't here at the last meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that passes. Old business, population maps update with the Planning Commission. Ms. Petrie?
Okay, so this previous Tuesday, the Planning Commission met, and on behalf of the Master Plan Committee, I presented population maps just for a better update. There was a population map that was a projection up to 2050 that did not present any factors of crucial entities. We also had several other population maps, and it's going to formally be introduced at the next Planning Commission officially. Okay, that's it.
Thank you. The maps are important, so whenever the Planning Commission begins to look at working on the zoning, which there's a lot of people right now in parish government working on zoning, you have to have these maps, they have to be refreshed. We haven't refreshed them since the master plan was originally written. So the first step was updating the population maps, and that was what we worked on here last month, and it's now been presented to planning and zoning for them to begin to consider it. And if they like it, then they will adopt it as part of the master plan. First update to the plan in a while. Moving down in new business, RFQ master plan firm selection update. Again, Ms. Petrie, could you update us?
Okay. So this update for the firm selection, in July, a selection committee evaluated the firms in which WSP has been named the firm to update our master plan. Now the parish is working to finalize a planning task force, which will encompass a variety of perspectives to coordinate with WSP's update. Mr. Jerome Fournier, our consultant, will be meeting with Mr. Nathan Lipson, who is part of WSP, to create a detailed scope of work and schedule. Afterwards, this task force will meet with WSP to become acquainted as well as voice concerns or ideas. That's just an update, so as far as where we're heading towards. And then once all of that is together, then we're going to update again at the next Master Plan Review Committee.
There'll be a total of about 15 people on this committee that will be overseeing the company that's being contracted to update our master plan for us. There's 2 people on this committee, myself and Ms. Petrie. There's 2 people on planning and zoning. I had the list on my email today, but again, it's about 15 people. There's council members, business members, and it's a good group that's going to be working with the company updating the master plan. We shouldn't be hearing anything for a couple months because they've got a lot of data gathering to do. But it's going to be very open, very transparent, and it's going to be a lot of talking doing with it. At some point in time, we're going to be getting to a lot of town hall meetings as well, like it was last time. But what the law says is that we have to do exhaustive surveys, and that's what this company's going to be doing for us. And this commission will be representative, as well as the planning and zoning will be represented, the administration will be represented, private citizens and industry as well. So it looks like it's going to be a good group. We've gotten it started.
Mr. Chairman, or Ms. Petrie maybe, just now it seemed that you mentioned the name Nathan Winston. Is it the same firm that originally did the master plan? I think Winston and Associates did this original plan.
I'm not sure about the original plan, but this one is from WSP USA. This is a national company. I don't believe in their previous experiences that they labeled the Livingston Parish Master Plan. Most of their master plans, it was actually a variation. A lot of it was from Georgia. They had some, let's see, actually have,
Do you know where they're located? Where they're from?
I could tell you, let's see. The main office in, oh, hold on. It says they work out of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama is where their director is officiated, is what I'm seeing. Don't quote
Well,
me
it just
on
may
that.
be a coincidence that it was the same last name. I just didn't know if it was the same, people that were working on it.
I don't believe so, but I can double check on that, for sure.
Winston and Associates was out of Boulder, Colorado. Well, WSP is that, do they have a home address? I mean, they might work in Alabama and Mississippi and Louisiana, but where are their headquarters at? Do you know?
Give me a few minutes. Let me see if I can find it.
That's okay if you don't know. I'm just inquisitive.
Well, obviously, it doesn't make any difference. It just was a question,
it
so we don't
don't.
need to get bogged down in it.
I think it's a different
No,
It
outfit.
was,
though.
yeah.
I
Probably
just-
different
I can
outfit.
look it up on
Yeah.
I
when
will
I get
say,
home.
it says that the managing director, Max Nasser, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, it's Nasser, thank you, is based from the Gulf states, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. That's what it's saying on
I can
here.
look it up.
Ralph, do you know if it's the same group? You do know? Can you come to the podium and tell us what you know? Thank you.
Again, please.
We doing a recording thing or not?
Yes.
Okay. Ralph Burgess, 30562 Burgess Road. WSP is a global national firm similar to an AECOM. Their main offices, their main headquarters, if I remember correctly, is out of Montreal, Canada, but they have a main office, local main office here in Baton Rouge and in New Orleans. Also, they have other offices along the Gulf Coast of the United States. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a while, I think they bought out Winston.
I see.
Because they do, similar to AECOM, they do buy out other smaller firms throughout the course of their history and that type of deal. But I have personally worked with WSP on some very large projects in New Orleans and stuff like that, and they have been a very good group to work with.
Well, they may have incorporated some of their staff or whatever from
That's
the other
correct.
organization.
Yeah, so, and Max and them, Max is homegrown from around here, so, he's worked on a lot of stuff for the state, a lot of stuff here locally around Livingston, and on bigger projects and stuff like that. Just to give y'all some background history of what I know.
Thank
So,
you.
did that help out, guys?
Thank you, Mr. Burgess.
I think primarily what the state requires is population and traffic maps, and in addition to maps on the infrastructure. And we've built a lot of things in the last 11 years, so there's a lot of canvassing to be done. Not roads. You're right. Next item, item 8, recognition of certificates. We are not a Title 33 commission. However, in Title 33, when it talks about the planning and zoning, it says that any committee that advises planning and zoning, everybody on that committee has to have this state mandated training. So we have a list of people that's already obtained it, the ones that have, yeah. So we're caught up. We are, so we're all certified now, so we're in compliance with the law. We were going to have Mr. Zach Thomason summarize the recommendations made to the parish in the current master plan, but he's not able to attend tonight. Does anybody else have anything? I would entertain a motion. Second?
I'll second it.
Okay, everybody in favor? Aye.
Yeah,
All right,
that's quick.
that was quick.